Mesmerizing. Mesmerizing. I don't have I don't have that shape in my sunglasses, but oh well. Let's get to it. Certain Kind of Magic is the newest album released by REZZ. REZZ is a very different artist, hailing from Canada. She takes on a very different approach to EDM, and I have heard things of hers before. This is the first full album I've listened to, and I gotta say, I was interested when I was listening to this album. Her style almost feels like a kind of grungy, but not hardcore grungy, but like the kind of grunge that wants to flirt with Halloween, not horror, Halloween suspense, maybe Halloween spooks, something of the sort. At least that's what came through this album that I could hear. I'm not necessarily sure what is the most correct way to put this, but basically when I was listening to this album, most of my thoughts were drawn to the TV show American Horror Story, if in any way they incorporated electric dance music into that somehow. If you've ever seen the movie Wereback, it kind of reminds me of Professor Screw-Eye's Eccentric Circus. Look that up on YouTube. I think you'll get an idea of where I'm going, except with a lot more crazy strobe lights kind of stuff. This is something that I wouldn't say is an acquired taste, but I do feel like it is something you kind of instantly get, or it's something like you have to listen to and be like, what is this? Is this something that I like? Is this something that appeals to me? And I'll be honest, I had to listen to it a couple times and understand it a little bit better. I liked the concept of it. I can only say I really loved a few songs on here. But beyond that, I can recommend this album. And here are a few songs I'd like to recommend. The song Life and Death. Did you like that light trick? That was pretty cool, wasn't it? What a screwy, kind of confusing, medium-paced roller coaster this kind of song is. Very charaded in shadow magic, if you will. And the other one that I marked down that I found interesting was Spider on the Moon. And here's an additional light trick for you. Ooh, I got chills from that one. But really, this is something I feel like you will need to check out yourself. I do think it has an interesting sound. I think REZZ does bring something new to the table, which I think is a good thing. I want to see what else she can do. I'd like to see what she can remix, because this take is not being done by anybody else. I anticipate that each of you are going to have a different take on which singles you like that come from this album. So if you have listened to this album, let me know in the comments below. I want to know which songs you like, because I did like the album for the most part, but those two were the ones that stood out to me. And I am curious, maybe if I listen to it more, maybe when Halloween approaches, I'm going to love listening to it even more. I don't know. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. And I gotta say, I like the artwork on this album. A lot of times I will find an album that just simply has something interesting in their artwork, and that draws me to want to listen to an album. I wanted to listen to this album because of REZZ also, but the album artwork, yeah, it does a good job. So after having listened and reviewed this album, with production of 84%, creativity 81%, expression and lyrics 91%, I'm going to give this album a good. If you know something else that I should listen from REZZ, let me know. I'm curious what potentially I have not heard from her, so give me a suggestion below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And remember, if you want to discover, promote, and review the best in entertainment, remember to comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz, so you can get that yes in your life. See you next time.